With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Denver. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Hurts throwing right away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
On first down, Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. But we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 26 yards. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Hurts will throw. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted two instead of one on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 35, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ted Hendricks.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll try the left side. It's done, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Making the play that time, Thomas Davis from his linebacker spot. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because
and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Fred Biletnikoff, 50 yards. And the Colts are back within a score. Frank Reich going to tell the offense to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Escape. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's Hurts to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Colts are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Rifles one complete into the hands of Gronkowski. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Up the middle they go. Done. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Randy Moss from 3 yards out. And the Colts have cut the lead back down to 2. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Dillon now on 1st and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Play action. Here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ted Hendricks. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Culpepper's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On second down, Culpepper. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. Throwing is Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he comes back with one complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Hurts sets up to throw it. Buying time to his left. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This one from 35 yards away. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They go play action with Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3 from the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. That's done. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. The play fake. He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. The kick by Carlson is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Throw caught downfield by Edelman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll run here with Dillon. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Dillon, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have retaken a third quarter lead. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes.
2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a line?
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Again, they'll run with Bettis. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pound it with a big back Bettis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Bettis. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense in front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Up the middle they run with Bettis. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eye level. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And it's quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground here on first down. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Antonio Cromartie. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score? And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they have everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On second down, it's done. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 6.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by 2-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison.
And the Colts will have solid field position here as they...
start. 19 take.